Matthew Kershaw's Senpai. 3 games came out on September 1st. 2 of them don't matter. This is the one that does. Nobunaga's Ambition, A Sphere of Influence.
Konnichiwa.
I know you've been waiting for this.
Watashi no namae wa Matai desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Yep.
Boku wa benkyou nihongo o suru.
Pardon?
Hi.
Hi to you too. Are you finished?
What is this game? Because you talked about it. I have no idea what it is. I didn't even know it was a strategy game until now.
This is an exciting strategy game. So, you've been able to buy, I think, the last 2 on Steam, but only in Chinese. For some reason, I don't speak Chinese. I know that's a shock to you. But they've now released this one in English for the first time ever. I'm playing on the PC. It's also on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3.
Why not the PlayStation 2?
Somehow I don't think it would work. It's too much bloom and motion blur.
I don't know, they were managed to get like FIFA 15 on the PS2.
Wasn't it like FIFA 15 Legacy Edition though, which just means they changed the roster and charge you full price for it?
Probably, yeah.
So this is a strategy game by Koei Tecmo, or Tecmo Koei, I can never remember the right version of their name. And it's weird. Right, so what I'm doing now is I'm developing these different towns, these different castles I have. I'm playing as Nobunaga Oda himself, the ambitious demon. And you've got these different districts and you can upgrade the buildings in there. But it's basically all in service of fielding the biggest and most well-equipped army possible, basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of what all the systems go into, including the diplomacy system. Basically all leads back to coalitions and like relief forces and allies and shit. So that's pretty exciting. Have you ever played Crusader Kings 2?
No.
Have you ever played Europa Universalis 8? Whatever
Hey,
it is.
I'm not our friend that just seems to play that and League of Legends all day.
Ah, fair point. I'm glad you're not that friend, otherwise we wouldn't be having this conversation. So it's basically not unlike one of them games. You don't really we'll see a battle right now. You kind of control them, you kind of don't. All the armies are attached to cities in the same way they are in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I know the gameplay of those games, and if it's similar to this, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's but it's slightly, it is different. And it's got a great user interface, as you can see. It's far more usable than any of those games ever were.
Yeah.
See, we're going to go take on these guys with a couple of armies. You can actually fight the battles, but it's more about like formations and unit abilities, or rather, you don't actually control specific units. You control formations under the control of an officer. So, you know, all the strategies come down to weight of numbers and like pincer attacks and stuff, causing your enemies to be confused, whether you're attacking by range with muskets or charging with horses and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they are all resources as well that you have to purchase, or you can make them if you have like arsenals and gunsmiths and stuff.
What like century is this game taking place in?
This is the I don't want to fuck up the pronunciation, but Sengoku Jidai, the Age of the Warring States. It's also the time that what's it called? Total War Shogun 2 is set in.
Yeah.
But they're very different games. It's like the only period. It's the feudal Japan period that always turns up in games. Whether it's like fantasy like Onimusha or strategy games like this one.
I was gonna say, like, the only like film I've seen set in Japan that is kind of like this game is The Last Samurai, and I actually really like that movie. It's pretty good.
Yeah. You made me
me
think
of
about that. What's it called? What's that weird, wacky samurai game? It's like an RPG.
Naruto.
No, not the weird pirate things. Oh, what's it called? It's like a really shitty budget game. It's kind of comedy-ish. Came out a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance.
No. Fuck.
I don't know.
Came out on Steam with pink cover art and like really flamboyant samurai.
Oh man, I should know this then.
I probably recommended you check it out. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, this is the battles. So there's lines coming out of the front of the unit indicates their firing range, and whether or not the outer units will hit, you'll see when we highlight the enemy unit. And you sort of just control these sort of rough formations. You can zoom right down in and get a reasonably good view of the soldiers who aren't super detailed, but they kind of hide that under a lot of blur effects. which I guess is nice. This is just a small battle, but you do have mass battles of like multiple thousands where the rules changed. In a mass battle, if you kill the enemy general, then their entire force routes regardless of their condition, which is always pretty cool, you know, to have the sort of decisive victory.
Tell me, what's the name of your character, Emperor guy?
Nobunaga Oda, or Oda Nobunaga.
Oh, okay, it's not Kairu.
No, but right. You can create officers and entire clans and give them their own castles and stuff in any period of this game, because there's a lot of different historical time zones you can fight in. And I totally have the Shimazu clan, which already exists during this time period, but mine's way cooler, with Kairu. That's the Daimyo? Daimyo? Do you know how to pronounce that?
No. Where's my clan?
Your clan doesn't exist. I don't know. Matai?
Oh.
Matai, right?
Yes, my name in Japanese is Matai.
Yeah, I'll have to get you in there. Just for the review. Watch the Matai Kang gets crushed in all the review screenshots. So yeah, it's pretty weird. I've only played about 15 hours of it. I haven't played enough because I've been fucking playing Metal Gear. And that is time-consuming process. But it does have these sort of like almost graphic novel style historical events that play out. We're taking a look at. This is your mentor. That's my character. And he keeps trying to commit suicide, which is weird. And the whole tutorial is basically joking about him wanting to kill himself in a really hilarious way. I don't know how well it plays in the West, but it's pretty awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of this. It is by the people who make the Samurai Warriors games, so a lot of the art is shared, but there's obviously no Musu. No crazy shit.
Yeah.
Tons of character portraits, because like the character creation system is really deep. You can import your own images to use as portraits as well. There's tons of slots to do that. Loads of unused images that you can assign officers so you don't have, you know, clashing portraits and stuff.
Cool.
It's kind of insane in a weird way, of like how deep you can get on that officer stuff. It is very much of that sort of like Crusader King style of strategy game though. But with that sort of like not so deep gameplay of the battle systems. So, I don't know where I fall on it yet, but it's pretty cool. And it runs real well, which is surprising, because Tecmo Koei have had some really shit ports to PC. Yeah. But this is actually it's a pretty smooth one. The only problem I've had is it keeps changing to 720p windowed resolution for no apparent reason. So yes, Sphere of Influence. Interesting, but expensive. It's like £45 right now, discounted. I think it's like default 60. Ciao.